Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of. I was about to say drop frames. Quarter swords.
Yep.
That's the one.
It could be drop
Yeah, weird
frames.
drop frames.
It could be.
You want to do drop frames? Sure.
Nah. Let's go ahead and do quarter swords. Adam would just be bored. He'd just be sitting there. I wouldn't have to toss the show to him at all.
We could do a drop frames about Court of Swords, but that'd be a little bit meta, I think.
That would be a little bit much. Yeah. I'm glad that Max and Dan joined. We were just gonna start the show just the three of us, but you guys made it. You're on time. It was good to go.
I was here.
I mean, you are here. It's live. This is going out, so you're good. You're good to go.
Oh, and would have known I was not sitting in this chair a moment before the.
Yeah.
But I made it work.
I do have to ask, what type of tacos were you eating?
They were steak tacos, but it was like the leftover steak from last night. Where there's like a place nearby. They have like this really good marinated like skirt steak, and so I used the leftovers of that and kind of sliced it up. Got some onions, sour cream, jalapenos, a little bit of chipotle Tabasco. It's good. It's very good.
Second question, was it better than that Mexican place we went to in Boston?
No, it was not.
Okay, good. That's all I care
I
about.
mean, it's like good home stuff. You know what I mean? Like you just mix some stuff together and it ends up being good. It's not like fucking I'm a chef.
Yeah, that makes sense. I have some questions though. Also, hi Zeke. We had fun in Boston without you. It was a lot of
I'm sure you
good,
did, yeah.
good times. Yeah, we ate a lot of good restaurants, and you were the one that got sick. Although Dan's also Dan, you're sick, right? What? How?
Yeah, I've been feeling a little off today.
God damn it. Luckily, I didn't get to hang out with you that much, so I can't be sick by proxy. So we're good to go. We're good to go. And you sat at the opposite end of the table, so this is great.
It's true.
Yeah.
Like by me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
No, I spent the night with children, so I'm thinking that's what it was.
Yeah. They will get you sick. Also,
A family with children.
Yeah.
God damn you, Adam.
no.
I told you eyebrow me.
I had the
And
I had the mental
I wasn't
eyebrow
going to say anything.
raise, and I'm glad you
Just gonna-
clarified.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was good.
God damn it.
Where did the three of you guys? Because you all stayed till Sunday and Monday at PAX, right?
Yeah, I didn't plan on staying till Monday, but then it ended up just being like, it's probably a good idea for me to come out a little later.
Okay.
There were more people staying than I thought they were going to, and then it also just kind of ended up working.
Yeah.
Plus, I got to a really nice dinner by staying. Had some fucking bomb ass sushi. It was.
I
really,
saw.
really good.
This is why I'm asking. I saw or maybe it was Amanda's tweets of the sushi place, which looked pretty tasty. Where was that? And what was that place called?
That was I don't know where in Boston, but it was a little bit outside, not super far.
Okay.
Kind of it looked like a little more like fancy, trendy area, but the actual place you went to, it's called Cafe Sushi, and it just looks. It's got neon lights, and the building is not anything spectacular. It's just like kind of one of those strip mall things where they might have like dry cleaners in there too or whatever.
Yeah.
But the surrounding area was really nice, and I'm sure some people maybe that are local to Boston have been there before. But yeah, really nice place, not overly fancy. The chef afterwards came out and said hi. I guess the person we were there and booked it with, he goes there religiously, so the people were like super nice to us and explaining like, well, this is one of those places like, and they use this cherry blossom leaf marinate, like pickled with blah blah blah, and they just a bunch of description stuff.
Nice.
And it was really good. I don't know if it was the best sushi I've ever had, but it was definitely up in there, like top 5 for sure.
Glad to hear it. I'm not a big sushi guy, so I don't feel too bad. But Dan, you made me a little jealous with those steaks and those desserts that you were tweeting at. Where the fuck did you go?
There's a place called Grill 23, and it was a really, really good steak place with good steaks and desserts and stuff. It was awesome.
I'll have to try.
I love me a good steak. Yeah.
Yeah, it looked pretty tasty. We went to Del Frisco's, but I think that's a national chain or a northeastern chain or something like that. So that was pretty good. But apart from that, I think we were at dinner with each other every other night. So we kind of knew whatever. Zeke, what did you eat each night while you were home? Let's talk about the Montana cuisine that you devoured while we were gone at PAX.
I had so much good stuff. I had frozen pot stickers that I made. I think I had pizza one night.
Nice. What was on it? What type of pizza?
Oh, just a little thin crust pepperoni pizza.
I mean, if you're gonna get pizza, thin crust pep is pretty good. It's pretty
regular sauce and all that kind of stuff. And I felt like I got the true con experience though. Because I usually never get sick outside of cons. Like I don't get sick period usually. Like once a year, maybe every 2 years, do I ever get like a cold or flu or whatever? And it rocks me because my body's like, oh, we don't remember how to deal with this. Yeah. You're done. You're done for 2 days, full 2 days. And all I did was I watched all 6 of the Peter Jackson Lord of the Rings Hobbit films extended versions.
I've done that.
Ooh,
Did you do that in one day? I did that over about a week.
Oh, I would sleep in between,
that's a deep hole.
But I was just like fall asleep like, okay, there's smoke. Oh my god, oh, okay, he's dead.
Oh,
you know.
okay, so you just had them on. Okay. I watched each one. Yeah, it was good. I went on a spending spree of 4K movies today at Walmart. I shouldn't have done it. I really felt bad, and the guy was probably like, why are you buying so many fucking 4K Blu-rays? But I did it anyway, so now, we've got all these movies to watch that I probably won't even care to watch in the first place. But Shape of Water, thumbs up, thumbs down, is good, bad, thumbs up. Okay, we got
good.
one thumbs up.
Pretty good.
Jumanji, the new one.
Heard it was better than apparently people expected. Don't know. Adam's gonna hate it. I guarantee you.
I'm not even
He
gonna
hasn't
watch it.
done
Fuck that shit. I'm not even gonna bother.
I don't even.
That is below even my attention. I'm not even willing to go there.
Okay. Pitch Perfect 3. Can we get any thumbs over that one?
I think that's also another one Adam will probably never touch.
I don't know. Like I've heard good things about the series, but I've never watched any of them, so I feel like I'd have to watch the first 2 before I could go in and watch the third one.
What was the other movie I bought?
I don't know.
Shape of Water. Oh, The Greatest Showman. Thumbs up, thumbs down, and it.
Is that? That's a musical with Wolverine in it, right?
Yeah, Wolverine sings a bunch in that one. Yeah.
I do.
You're
like
naming all the
Wolverine.
movies that were on my flight home.
Really?
They were this.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Yeah, they all just came out. Yeah, or in the past month. Did anyone go see that A Quiet Place over the weekend? You guys were all.
I
texting.
know, it's really good.
That, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear it's awesome.
Yeah, Aaron wants to go see it. I don't really do well with horror movies, and I don't do well with people talking in theaters, as we've discussed before. And apparently that movie is genuinely, there's not very much audio. And so even people opening their a plastic bag or tapping their feet is audible throughout that, and it would ruin the movie. So
Cool.
I might just wait. till I can watch it.
It
to
is
my own
called
time.
A Quiet
Go see
Place,
it.
so
Yeah.
Yeah, go see it at a weird time. Go see it at 11:30 in the morning, after it's been out for 3 weeks. Nobody will be there. You'll get to enjoy the film by yourself. It'll be perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see.
That's what I do.
We'll see. And then I got cultured over the weekend to win Saul Hamilton. So I guess I'm a cool person now or something. I don't know. That was a
How
weird
was that?
thing, man. The audience
Is it
was
as good as the hype?
do what?
Is it as good as the hype?
Oh yeah, no. I mean the actual show was fantastic, but the audience is I've never seen a piece of I've never been to a movie or a concert or watched a TV where it's just the people in that audience ranged from 90-year-old people who cannot fucking walk to 16-year-old tweens that are just all about singing the songs verbatim and everywhere in between. I've never seen a fucking another piece of media that does that. It was crazy. It was absolutely insane. And it was also there wasn't an empty seat in the entire place. They sold out. And those tickets were fucking expensive. So.
Hamilton's very much it hit at the right time. It's very much of the zeitgeist because this is a great time for media that mythologizes America's origins. I feel as a country, y'all need that shit real bad right now.
Yeah.
So to be able to go and be yeah, we did this thing and we made a country and fuck you, England. Everything's gonna be fine. We're trying. It's interesting. I feel too the other thing that's a big draw for it is that it's kind of pan-cultural. A lot of the music in it is R&B or hip hop inspired.
Yes.
And so it's not it doesn't feel like a musical. I've listened to the whole thing. I haven't seen it. I don't think Canadians are allowed. But I've listened to it a couple of times and it's musically really solid. And I think that's that's a big appeal for a lot of people, that they're not like, oh, I'm going to see a musical. There are a lot of people that go that you'd never drag to like a more traditional musical.
Yeah, it was weird. I also realized that like DJ Wheat is the biggest Super Hamilton fan I've ever met of all time. This motherfucker has seen it like 3 times or some crap. And he's like, oh yeah, we're thinking of going to see, because Lin-Manuel's going to play in Puerto Rico in 2019, so I think we're going to go they're going to go to fucking Puerto Rico to watch a Hamilton performance just because Lin-Manuel is in it. God damn it, Wheat.
I will say this, if you're a fan of Hamilton, there is a Weird Al Hamilton medley available for your listening pleasure on the internet, and it's fucking awesome, as you would expect.
I have heard of that. Yeah.
I read an interview with both of those guys, and apparently they've been friends for a long, long time.
Really?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lin-Manuel and Weird Al have been like really close since before Hamilton.
Huh.
And I don't remember who broached the subject, but one of them said, I think it was Weird Al, was like, hey, Lin, do you mind if I do like a thing? And he's like, that's why I made the fucking musical in the first place.
I guess that makes sense, yeah. Huh. Yeah, I'll have to listen to Weird Al's whatever he does to it.
It's pretty good. There's the actual thing that's like one of his. You know how like when he, maybe you don't if you're not a Weird Al fan.
No, I'm a
he
Weird
does
Al
this
fan.
thing
I love
on
Weird
his
Al.
yeah, he does these things on his albums where he'll release like a medley of songs that aren't like not good enough, but like he didn't want to do a full song of, so he'll do like a polka medley that goes through a bunch of kind of little hits, and so that's this. It's like a 12-minute long polka medley of Hamilton songs, which sounds like it would be so intolerably bad, but it's actually pretty good. And if you like it, you can watch. There's a reaction video of Lin-Manuel and what's his name, Jimmy Kimmel, I think, watching the video together on the phone.
I'll have to check that out.
Funny.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Nice.
good
Okay.
stuff.
That sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't. I knew that he did that stuff, but I didn't realize actually what it was. So that's cool. That's cool. Will anyone do anything new in the past like 48 hours that I haven't seen you guys in person?
Oh, I was gonna tell Adam that he said something about me being gross because I was coughing and joking before we got up on live on the air.
Yeah.
And I said, I got gross for you. I haven't. And I said I haven't showered except just now, probably in the longest in my adult life, because I didn't want to get out of bed.
How many days?
What's the record? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was 3 full days, like 3 full 72-hour period. But no, and it's not like like I was going out in the world. I was sitting on my bed, like laying on my bed and like just festering in this stench.
Right, so you didn't change your clothes either, right?
Nope. Nope.
Okay.
Nothing.
That's
I was
the
just
real
like,
trick right there.
Don't care. I don't care. I'm just nodding in and out of sleep, ordering food. Like I go to the door and the guy's like, "Damn."
Yeah, that's rough. That's rough stuff.
Give me my fucking pizza and get out of here.
Yeah.
Call him.
You ate
lights
pizza while you were
are on.
sick?
What's that?
Did you ate pizza while you were sick?
Yeah, I ate pizza while I'm sick. I eat pizza anytime.
Fucking dummy, that's got cheese in there. That's how you got. Did you have a lot of phlegm and shit too?
Oh, I've
Or
got
no?
all kinds of phlegm and shit.
What?
Why are you surprised, JP? Do you not understand that
No,
the dairy
eat-
causes more production in phlegm?
Is that a real thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're not supposed to have like cereal and milk and any sort of dairy products because it fucks you up.
When I'm sick, I'm gonna
I mean, it's
eat
not- it's
whatever's
not gonna,
gonna make
like-
me feel better in that split second of it being in my mouth and going into my stomach. I don't give a fuck if it's gonna have adverse effects
Like,
on
it
my
can-
phlegm. Like,
Yeah, it can generate more phlegm, but like you can handle that. It's not going to make you
Yeah, you
sicker.
can
It's
handle
just
it, I
the
guess. It's up to
It's the
you
same as
whether or
how-
not you want
It's
that.
the same as how you shouldn't like eat sugary stuff or like drink alcohol when you're sick, because like basically when you're sick, your whole body is just like falling apart, and doing basically anything is bad for you. So like,
Hold on now.
Okay, have
now I'm gonna.
have some whiskey.
There's Max's theories that there's a little bit of time in the beginning when you start feeling something coming. It's not actually medically accurate, but mentally, you feel it coming on. You drink some. You fucking just pound down some shots, kill them germs, and then boom, you kill it before it even gets going. Huh?
I like that idea. I like that plan.
Sanitize your insides.
I'm gonna try that. next time.
You can't just take pure. I mean, you could take Purell, but I wouldn't do that. You got to take the stuff that's designed to go down there and kill that shit.
Don't drink
Do not,
Purell,
do not
please.
drink Purell.
Do not
I
drink
said
Purell.
don't do it.
Do not drink
RollPlay
Purell.
is not responsible for any human being
You
watching
will
the show.
go blind if you're not careful. Don't do
You're
it.
gonna be
Don't Tide Pod your insides. Don't do any of that shit. Don't
We
be
need you.
stupid.
We need you alive so you can watch.
Gonna be
us do
Frank
this shit.
Reynolds.
So
Yeah.
I need to be pure. I want to be pure. Just crawling around in Purell like a baby.
Jesus.
I mean, I've definitely taken had like dairy products while sick. But
Oh, I thought you were like,
as of
I've
now-
definitely.
I thought he was gonna
Purell.
say, yeah.
Oh, I mean,
tasty.
who
Who
Yeah,
among
I've
us has not, in a moment of weakness,
dilute it
choked
with a little
down
bit of
some
water? See how your body takes it.
hand
you know?
sanitizer?
Yeah.
Pump it into the hand, slurp it off
Don't be
there.
stupid,
Yep.
guys. Come on, don't be stupid. It's a comedy. It's an entertainment show. We don't talk about facts here. It's an entertainment show. It's for entertainment. What is it, for educational purposes? We're not doing that.
Everyone knows the first 30 minutes are for educational purposes. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Max, what do you
right.
like better? You like the liquid Purell or you like the foaming kind? Which is your
I'm partial
preferred?
to the foaming kind because the
like
liquid
foam.
Purell, it's a little more gelatinous than liquid.
It's got a little bit of a snotty consistency. It doesn't
Yeah,
go down.
exactly.
It's like more like
And
an
foaming-
oyster than like a beverage. You can
Right.
make the foam into like a mousse. You put on a little bit of like lemon meringue pie or something. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you've
Yeah.
ever drinking like the head off of a beer, like you're just burping that shit up for like the next few hours.
Oh yeah,
Just
you don't want the
burping up
Purell
foam.
burps.
Yeah. Purell burps are rough.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
Yeah. I'm glad we're here. That's great.
Yeah. Thanks for being here, Matt. Appreciate it.
Also,
I got new headphones.
Yeah, I'm Matt now. I'm Matt. Did you catch the? Well, no, he didn't. He didn't catch the panel live. You didn't watch live, right? Zeke? Did you ever
No, I
go
didn't.
back and watch it at all?
I did not. I'm sorry.
Whatever.
I'm a bad roleplay person. I was balls deep in Helm's Deep.
Makes sense.
Right.
Balls deep and Helms deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
How'd it go? You have a good crowd and
Yeah, it was good.
I think it went pretty good.
yeah.
Normal
Oh.
I'm
panel.
gonna try to.
Did you
make
talk the
myself look
appropriate
less
amount of shit?
Mm-hmm. There was a
Yeah,
decent
I think
amount of
so.
shit talking. A lot of it was
Good.
directed at Max, though, so you kind of got
Yeah,
off easy. Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's the whole outrunning the bear situation. Like, thankfully, in this case, with Max around, he just seems to attract the shit talk. So you got off pretty light, actually, Zeke. So
Yeah.
It's cool. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, if you want to watch the panel, as a viewer or someone watching on Twitch or YouTube later, it's up on the YouTube channel if you want to go check that out.
Up on yours.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, cool. I don't really have. It's been kind of a slow, dare I say, boring week since I got back from PAX. It was nice. I hadn't been to a con in a year, and so it was nice to kind of go to
that's
one.
a long time.
Not necessarily
Yeah.
to be there at PAX, because PAX is still PAX. Nothing's changed. But seeing other broadcasters and stuff like that was kind of fun. So
I realized at this PAX because I was like, "Ooh, what did I?" Because I was thinking before we came into the show, I was like, "What did I see at PAX that if we could talk about PAX?" I'm like, I don't go
you don't
to
see
PAX
anything
to like.
at PAX. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the thing to be seen now. Like I go and I just do panels all weekend and then I leave and I don't really like look at stuff or
Yeah.
whatever. I'm just like, I'm hello, hi, I'm here to entertain you, and then I go home and there's nothing. There's no like. I'm like, I guess they had video games there.
Yeah, there was video
Probably,
games.
but-
Yeah.
I tried walking
Yeah,
around.
there
I
was some
didn't.
video
There
games.
was like nothing in the indie section or the AAA that caught my eye really.
Really?
People
Yeah.
kept saying that there was games, a lot of good indie games. I guess I'm just not. I didn't spend enough time for sure, so I can't like accurately say whether or not I just missed them. But
There were a lot of those like games if you like playing with other people, like competitive things. Like, there's one where you
Multiplayer
fight-
games. Yeah.
Yeah, where you fight with coffee, like
Sure.
it's like dueling with coffee and stuff. That was kind of silly, like streamer and YouTuber games.
Yeah.
But those
Yeah.
aren't really my thing.
Yeah.
yeah,
There's this thing that happens at PAXs with the indie mega booth where I feel like I see the same games every PAX, and I'm
Pretty
like, didn't
much,
this
yeah.
come out? And you're like, nope, they're still working on it. Is it out
Below.
yet? 2 years later, still.
Yeah, like Below
right,
was
like-
there, but that game's been in development for like 20
That was like
years.
the first
Takes a long
PAX I
time.
went to.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
was
it
like
takes a
2
long
years
time
ago.
to make games, but like,
Yeah, it was, Dan.
yeah.
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 Well, we can kill 10 minutes or at least a couple. My favorite thing that's happened since PAX was watching the Wall Street Journal stream on Twitch from the Zuckerberg Facebook Senate hearing today with Twitch chat. I'm not, this is 100% serious comment. There needs to be more political shit streamed on Twitch because Twitch chat makes it so fucking hilarious to watch in all the right ways. And then you actually learn about politics at the same time. Like there could be, it's a really weird thing. But I was watching for like 4 hours. I think it's still going. If you want to hop over there for 5 seconds and just check it out. It's a weird thing, and the memes that popped up as it was happening. Anytime Zuckerberg would answer, it's just question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark.
My favorite Zuckerberg meme is that Twitch chat is sure that he's a robot, and so
it's great.
Like every time he drinks water, the like drinkwater.exe and the like humans drink water. Don't forget to like a human drink water, everybody.
Yes, it's great, man. It's
pretty good.
And then, like, I'm watching this, and I'm like, all right, well, Zuckerberg, I mean, Facebook, these people, although they're old, they have probably understood what Facebook or some of their staff have told them how Facebook. No, these people have no fucking idea what Facebook. Oh, I mean, some of them do, but some of them are like, so you don't charge your users anything to use your platform. And Zuckerberg, no. Or he says senator. No. He always refers to them as senator. Every fucking word.
Senator.
Yeah.
Senator.
Like, so will Facebook always remain free? Senator, yes. Yes, it will always, in one way or the other, will remain free. So how do you make money? And then he kind of like pauses, and he was like, "Why the fuck are we here? It's ads, you moron! Facebook makes money via ads. The entire platform just make." It's like, huh? All right.
Yeah. It's like,
how do you not understand that?
Like, excuse me, Mr. Zuckerberg, what is a computer?
Yeah.
Like, and that's like about the level where they're just like, I have a telephone. It's a BlackBerry. Can I get Facebook on my BlackBerry? If so, how?
Yeah.
Oh, man, it's really bad.
When I
worked in advertising, I had to deal with people like that all the time. Like very rich people who had no interest in doing anything except making money and had never touched a computer or a phone except to like make a business call before. And you're just like, okay, so I have to explain to you how we're going to use Twitter to make you money. But that's like a mile off from the conversation we need to have here, where I'm like, all right, this is an iPhone, jackass. This is what it does. Like, you can touch it and things happen.
Yeah.
It's a nightmare. It's a total nightmare. So in that way, I feel a little bit bad for the Zuckerbot, but also he's kind of a gross robot, man. So
it was good. Damn, what were you going to say?
They should have a competence hearing before to allow the senators to have a hearing, like where they ask them basic questions about what they're going to interview about, like explain what Facebook is, what people use it for, etc.
Yeah.
Before they're allowed to ask questions to Zuckerberg.
Dude. Those kinds of hearings are so good. There was a guy who was appointed, like, he was being appointed like a justice of the peace or something, and he was being cross-examined, and the judge that was asking him questions was like, "Have you ever tried a case?" And the guy was like, "No." "Have you ever assisted in trying a case?" "No."
I remember this.
"Have you ever like been in a fucking courtroom?" And he's like, once when I was in law school. And it was just like, how is this possible that you're getting this job? Like,
he got the job, by the way. Spoilers.
Right, of course he did. Yeah, spoiler warning.
Yeah. So my two favorite takeaways from the entire thing, there was a senator who was probably, I don't know, it's safe to say he was 70 years or older. And I guess they don't have televisions in this or projectors. So everyone has shit printed on these giant poster boards, right?
Right.
And this guy, he's like, "So I've brought some material here, Mr. Zuckerberg. If you can go ahead and take a look at this." And the camera pans out, and I'm thinking, like, surely there's going to be something of value on. He's literally fucking printed memes and put them on a fucking poster board. And Zuckerberg, he goes, "Mr. Zuckerberg, can you identify any of these images?" And he looks at him and he goes, "Senator, I do not know this content." And the senator's like perplexed at this. And he's like, "Well, it's on your
Senator,
your website.
I've never met this Pepe before."
"Yeah, it's on your website. These images are used as hate speech." And Zuckerberg's like, "Senator, I'm sorry, I've never seen this content before. And it was like a gotcha moment by this senator, and he's just fucking printed hate speech memes on this fucking poster board.
This is
Mr.
the kind of
Zuckerberg,
thing.
as far as I'm aware, cats do not like cheeseburgers. Can you comment as to why they want to has them? Mr. Zuckerberg, can you comment on that?
Yeah.
Mr. Zuckerberg, who exactly is that boy? And where did he get the unicycle from?
Yeah, it's oof. I'm trying to think. What was the other thing that happened? There was Ted Cruz coming on was pretty funny because then the entire chat just turned into the Zodiac killer spam with a knife at the end of it, and that just made me laugh to begin with.
Yeah,
there's a lot
surreal.
of it.
And this is the kind of thing that I think really speaks to this alienation between the people that are in charge of things and then like everyone else on Earth, and why every once in a while there's this rhetoric of like, we should all just make a different country where we know what the internet is. Because when these things happen, when you need to have these trials, they last 1,000 years because it takes days just to explain the basic operating procedures of a given person's day-to-day life.
Yeah.
It's appalling. It's crazy that this is how it is. That it's like somebody got this person to have a job where they run the country that we live in, but my life and their life is like miles apart.
Yeah.
It's so weird. It's also weird to have more in common with Mark Zuckerberg than those people.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, it takes so long for anybody to get in a position like that, to become a senator or something like that. Like, there's been a few cases where there's young senators and young governors and stuff like that, but more often than not, these people, like, technology moves so fast that it's well beyond them by 20, 30 years before they even get to the position of power.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah.
This
could very easily be the first step towards a like presidential run by someone like Mark Zuckerberg, because that's the platform. Like, what's up? I'm not an ancient lich.
Yeah.
I'm a weird robot man, but you like robots better than you like the undead, so vote for me.
Yeah. The other two moments, there was one senator that said he went and had his business cards printed years back, and it had his Facebook thing on there. And he's like, oh, I'm hip and cool because I can relate to you because I have a Facebook page. And then he shouted out his 13-year-old kid who uses his Instagram and said his 13-year-old kid's Instagram in the fucking Senate hearing. Ooh. And you're like, what? That's not going to be a thing. Like, why would you ever do that to your kid?
That is some extremely good social media marketing. You get your senator dad to shout you out in the halls of government.
Yeah.
Yo, that is an untapped market.
It was
Hashtag
crazy.
Senate 2017.
Like and comment on his stuff. You'd really appreciate it.
Yeah, exactly. I guess that's what he wanted there.
Just smash that subscribe button, senators.
Yeah.
What's up, Senate? Let's go.
But see, this is the thing.
Let's get our lawn.
This is the thing, right? We're not that far off from that being a possibility, right? Like a Zucker-Musk platform in 2020.
Right.
You know, all the senators are going to be like Instagram models and shit because it's relatable to the voting public. And so that's what Senate...
Yeah. The other best part, there was a senator, and I want to say he was from... I think he was from Alaska. And the guy goes, Mr. Zuckerberg, when you started Facebook in your college dorm room, that could have only really happened in America, the best place on earth. So how do you think America fostered, Facebook, and why do you think all of the biggest tech companies are from America, and do you think this could ever happen in any other place? And Zuckerberg just goes, Senator, China has there's China's just bigger than and this guy's like, no, you're not supposed to say that. You're supposed to say America's the best. That was a softball question. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, the great thing is you don't see the Chinese billionaire in the background winking at Mark thanks buddy.
Yeah, it turns into Mr. Robot and the guy in the background who's really controlling it all. Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yeah, White Rose just sitting there Yeah. Here we go.
Anyways.
Oh boy.
Go watch that. There's probably going to be a bunch of highlights that are just ripped from it. It is.
I'm sure somebody's going to supercut that shit. I'm just going to wait for that and just see the highlights.
Yeah, auto-tune of every time he says senator to the tune of
Senator.
Now watch me whip. Yeah.
He said senator at least 1,000 times when I watched it. It was fucking
He's there to
crazy.
teach the Senate how to Dougie.
Yeah.
it's a surreal time. It's a surreal time to be a human being in this world, and a part of me can't help. And I think this is the feeling that a lot of people get. You can't help but laugh. Like you're just looking at it and you're like, how did this even happen? Like the inmates are running the asylum, and here we are. So just ride it out, I guess.
Yeah, the fact that it was on Twitch and Twitch chat existed at the same time just made the whole, like, man, it was a hell of a thing. That's a hell of a thing to witness, for sure. I hope there's more things that are streamed through that, because I guess the relationship there is that Amazon owns Twitch and also owns the Washington Post. So they were like, we need a Twitch channel because that's what's in our company, and then they have it. Had like 60,000 viewers or some shit today, so...
Well, and the thing is too is like how much money does Jeff Bezos like put into lobbying concerns and stuff like that? Like there's an indirect path from the people that own Twitch to the people that own the senators that are stars of this channel.
Sure.
So it's a pretty good connection there.
Yeah.
Surreal.
It's a
But
crazy
like you said,
thing.
JP, I think the salient point is that there are a lot more people paying attention to this. Even if they're just in chat memeing, they're seeing this happen. They're being exposed to the bureaucratic process than they would have been otherwise. So I guess #democracy.
Yeah, as much as I make fun of it, actually is like a pretty important fucking crazy thing. That if that happens more, next election's gonna be crazy, man. But I don't want to get into politics. I never want to talk politics on the internet, so we're ending it there. We're moving forward.
Yeah, exactly. We can acknowledge that politics exist. We are not making any declarative statements about it, except that Mark Zuckerberg might be a robot and that senators are old. Moving on.
Yep, that's all I wanted to point to. That's all I wanted to point to. How about we do some goals and then we move forward with the show?
Let's do it. Let's do that thing. Let's play Dungeons and Dragons while Rome burns.
Yay!
So right now, Berg, I have your goals. Find out why bad things keep happening to you. Find mod and continue on the path of gaining proficiency and understanding of your lava arm, which I think you're pretty close to. I think with a little time and energy, you could probably pull that one out today.
Yeah.
Do you want to keep those? Or you want to change any of them?
I thought I only just heard 2. Was that all 3 of them? Find out what bad things keep happening.
Bad things. Find mod, lava arm.
Yeah, I guess I'll keep the same. We still haven't established whether or not. Yeah.
Okay.
Especially since if it said find her alive, then yeah, I would be like,
Yeah, I mean this is more like find out what happened to her because she's a loose end.
Yeah, that's kind of the gist of what I was going for.
Okay. All right, cool. Ramus, find out more about Tulpa, or the elves. Just figure out what their deal is. Make sure the kid isn't a problem anymore. So conclusively, like, I guess in this case, it would be like, get the other people, like Kalimat and Berg, to like just stop having goals about her. Like, give up on that.
Give up on
and then find out what the tower wants and then do it. Right? Just go back to the base and get your next job and then do that. Yep. Does that sound good? So you want to do?
Fine.
Okay. All right. So Kalimat, I only have 2 for you right now, so we need a third one.
Yep.
So find mod. So it's basically the same as Berg. Find out what happened to her. Which actually I have these listed as medium, but they're harder now than they were before. Okay. So find mod. Find out what the prisoner in the oubliette is, which you now have a vector. You have a vector towards that, and then you have an empty slot. What do you want to do with that one?
Yeah. I want to meet with him. I want to meet him.
Okay. Yeah. So meet the prisoner.
Yep.
It's my favorite Ben Stiller movie.
Meet the prisoners.
Meet the prisoners. Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. So yeah, go and have that conversation, and then you could maybe find out what the nature of the beast is when, like, ask face to face. You can just get down there and see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good. Terrifying, but good. Okay. And Sully, you have 1 from last session, which you're working on with Berg. And then, do you want to keep that one? You want to continue attempting to make amends?
Yeah. Make peace with Berg for one of them, but then I've added these other 2 as you've been typing. The second one is find out why the ley lines are being tampered with and who is doing it.
That's right. Okay, cool. So that's this is from that interaction with the thieves that were running around in the city that blew up the Statue of the World, and you realize was connected to the network of power under the city. Cool. Yes, significant thing. Okay. And then your last goal?
Convince Ramus to pay back Calimont.
Okay, and is this for something specific or
for everything that he's fucking gypped out of him? For all the gold that he's taken from him.
Okay, right. Okay, right, because of the lying and okay. Okay, I get it. Excellent. Okay, cool. Yes, because there was some conversations before about magic spells and how much they cost.
Yeah, there was the gold for the most recent spell. There was gold for the message spell that didn't get any result from it. But actually, did you get that money back, Zeke? You took everything back for but 1 gold or something when that spell failed, right? When it, quote, failed?
You got a refund from heaven.
Yeah.
Did you take that money, or did Ramus take it?
Ramus took that.
Okay, he took it just for casting the spell?
Yep.
Okay.
That was his payment for casting the spell. That seemed fair.
Okay. Yeah. Convince Ramus to pay back and admit his wrongdoings to Calimont.
Okay.
I know we're past the pre-show, but do you guys have any tips on how to make tea less fucking hot at the beginning so you don't have to wait and be annoyed?
Put an ice cube in it.
Yeah,
tea.
get a kettle that you can set the heat at a lower level, and then it just gets to that level.
Just put an ice cube
Okay.
in it.
And you drink it.
Come on. Don't. Come on. I'm looking for more sophisticated answers than put an ice cube.
There's
I obviously
literally
know
nothing better than just
ice is-
dropping an ice cube into a
know
hot
ice
thing to
is-
cool it down.
If you
What?
apply
Okay,
time
first-
liberally to the glass, it cools down.
Yeah.
Let
What
time
kind
pass.
of what
is
kind
another-
of
yeah.
what kind of tea?
Let me
kind of
hold
tea
on.
is
Let
it?
me ask his bird.
Do you know how to make things less hot? Can you help me with that?
Yeah, so it depends. It depends on the tea, right? Black tea needs to be steeped at a hotter temperature than green or white tea. You kind of just have to wait.
Yeah, it's just one of the things I really want to drink more tea. I love tea, but it's just really fucking annoying.
Plan
wait
ahead,
for it to be
and make it before you want to
stupid hot.
drink it.
All right, we can do the show now. Although we can't because Zeke's gonna go grab some ice cubes and be like, use these things. These.
He's probably gonna go grab his whiskey stones. I bet you is what he's going to grab.
Yeah, maybe I don't know.
Possibly.
That's another thing. You could just drop a whiskey stone in there.
This is absolutely a first world problem. I was
Or
just
you could just
I
not
don't
drink
think you're
tea
getting a
and
real
drink
answer.
whiskey instead. But yeah, that's what I do. I bought a kettle, and you can set the temperature.
I have a kettle, but I think it's just one of those ones like boiling hot, just fucking real
It's
hot.
a go or no go situation.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, there you go. Tea tips.
I'm actually just making some tea right now.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. Make sure it's not too
And it's
hot.
not super boiling hot when I get out of the Keurig. Like I just put no Keurig K-cup in there and just push the thing, and it's not super
Yeah,
boiling.
It's not a problem when I use the Keurig one, but this is obviously a tea bag that Amanda got.
Who's that on your? Is that the card?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah!
Oh.
Look at it. We'll get it in focus.
I thought that was
It
like
says-
Montel Williams or something. I couldn't see it from this far back.
Oh my god! Can I get a Montel Williams coffee cup? I'm looking that
That's
up
why
right
I was
now.
so confused. I was
Oh
like,
fuck!
why do you have a coffee cup with Montel Williams on it? What? Are you,
Wow.
Montel
did you
Williams.
watch a ton of like
There are
daytime
better
TV?
coffee cups to be had out there.
Oh God, I haven't heard that name in a while.
You are like a good coffee cup.
We're good. It's not burning me. All right,
I don't see any Montel Williams coffee cups on the internet. Damn.
I want somebody to Google that.
Maybe in the future. So yeah, okay, all right. So you have your goals. Everybody more or less remember what has happened, where we're at. You left the ruined keep with the intention to find your way to somewhere safe to rest. And how are you doing for exhaustion now, Berg? You got 2 levels, 1 level?
-1. It feels good.
Oh, okay. So you got 1
I'm
exhaustion
still
level. All right.
exhausted, but it's not -3 or 4. So that's great.
Yeah, seriously, you're nowhere near dying from it now. Okay, So you're still brutally tired, but you're not gonna stumble your way through the city anymore. So you can move at normal pace, and you're out in the mid city where the neighborhood has been abandoned because the encroaching sort of barriers of the anathema network, the Farang anti-magic bubble, has been pressing out into this neighborhood. And before they were destroyed, the Aharisa issued an abandoned ship command to this part of town, and everybody left. They have all fled nominally to temples, though the temple district has been a site of some unrest of late because this conflict over what to do with the city of brass has sort of spilled into the halls of heaven. Really, it started there. And that is your destination, unless you want to go somewhere on your way. Right now, you are in a neighborhood kind of midway between the Farang exclusionary zone, the bad part of town, and then the temple district, which is up higher, closer to the spires of the immortals, their palace, and the ruins of the Aharisa's fortress where you were before. So, what's the plan, my friends? Where do you want to go? What do you want to do?
I think I don't know. I think we might just go straight to the tower, or at least attempt to.
I think that was the plan.
Yeah.
That was the plan, yeah, to rest up, and then once we're not less haggard, we could go to the tower. And, it's kind of been the rinse and repeat thing we've been doing, at least until we're just fucking done with the city, which we're getting close.
To detect the ley lines, is that basically a detect magic spell and just kind of like staring at the earth to see if, like, are the ley lines a physical thing, or are they more?
Yeah, Geomancy is an applied variant of the Arcana skill, so I don't think you'd actually even have to cast Detect Magic because they are recognizing the flow of magic in everything. There are people who are not wizards, can't cast spells, they're not sorcerers or clerics, that can still detect ley lines with specialized equipment. They just happen to be like people who have trained the Arcana skill. So if you have a Geomancy toolkit, which you do not have, you could just make an Arcana check. I think with the Detect Magic skill, I would allow you to make like an investigation check when it's active to try to figure that out.
Okay. Well, how about we do this before we set out? Well, what was the Ramus and Kali? Did you guys resolve your little thing? Was there any resolution to that? Did Kalimat just like walk out and say "fuck you, Ramus," or how did that all go down? That's probably where we left off. Is right there.
No, I had that line where I said, maybe it's just best to let the dead lie.
Right.
And I looked right at him when I said lie.
Okay. And then did you guys just like separate? Did you like what? I guess what I'm asking is like, where would everyone be if we're still kind of getting ready?
I'll be around.
Okay. Well, I guess
wander too far.
You're the person of interest for me, at least. So I'll go and like find you wherever you're at.
Wasn't the last thing, maybe my memory's wrong, but wasn't the last thing he did went to that shop, kind of like that pawn shop sort of thing?
That was
he came back from that. We left the last episode. We left on everybody having gathered their gear and getting ready to go. So we could rewind slightly if you want to have like one of these like before we go. I want to talk to you.
I mean, it could be on the way. That doesn't matter. What?
If you scroll up on the thing, you'll see the last roll.
Right.
Was the insight roll to see if.
Yeah.
Yep. See if Ramus was deceiving me.
We can be in stride to onward to the tower. I just look at Kalimat and say, Kali, were you interested in still perusing some of the local shops?
I've done that already. I found this, and I show him the metal like 6-tube pan flute, like it's tarnished and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, that's
just seemed
right.
Seemed to fit. You remember?
Yes, please. No, don't play any notes. Please keep it to yourself.
I spoke to you I said as many words as I could think of. I didn't have anything conversationally to say, so I was just testing to see if you could hear me. And you heard all those words, yes?
Yes, unfortunately I did. When you were out and about, did you happen to see any geomancy shops or any wizard shops that were left wide open?
Oh yes, I saw there was a few of them. Like in a corner, there was like 3. They're actually all geomancy shops. It's very no, I didn't see any geomancy shops.
So to be like, I guess clear. Actually, guys, make an Arcana check, Sully or Kalimat with advantage, because the two of you've brought up this conversation. We haven't talked about feng shui or geomancy in the world of Court of Swords before, so I just want to give you some basic information. So
23.
23. Yeah. So this is a nice. So Kalimat, you're helping Sully, the two of you. This is stuff that you both would know. Geomancy or feng shui or ley line manipulation, there's a bunch of different names for it, is really just recognizing the natural flow of the fountain's energy throughout the world. Sorcerers rely on doing this instinctively to just sort of pull energy from the world to cast their spells. But the energy is there. Cities will be built either on purpose on top of the intersection of ley lines or just by accident because people are drawn to them anyway. The way you build your house and like how the windows are aligned, how the doors are set up, the interior flow of the house is all part of geomancy on the low scale, but you do it on the big scale too. Like city roads will take sudden turns for no apparent reason except to maintain the flow of magical energy, especially in the city of Brass. Geomancy is a lot like fortune telling in that there are people who legitimately have training to do this shit, but there are also people who are just like, let me swing this pendulum around a couple of times and like bong a tuning fork and then be like, you have to pay me to fix your house's geomancy, who just make this stuff up.
Right.
So there are hucksters in the world that perform this, but with a +7 to Arcana, Sully, if you had the right tools, you could probably perform the basic operations of a geomancer just because of your wizard's training.
Do I know the basic tools, what they would be? Like geomancy tools, I guess?
Yeah. So there are a bunch of different tools that are used depending on the discipline. You would have learned from the Black Tortoise School, which is founded in the Court of Coins and teaches a very like grounded approach, like literally like examining the angles of landmarks. The pendulum, the lead pendulum, is a tool of Black Tortoise School geomancy. Yeah, you would know what tools you would need to be able to perform those duties. And if you could find like a geomancer's shop, you could probably steal that stuff from there if you needed to.
Do I know the city well enough to know where there would be one? And also, are we still among like the normal, quote, normal civilians of the city around us, or have we ventured off into kind of the nowhere's land?
No, I mean nothing in the city of Brass. Like normal and abnormal is relative. In some districts, you'll see trolls just like walking through the street waving at people like regular citizens. The city of Brass is a magical place, and so geomancy or feng shui practitioner shops are all over the place. There's probably one in this neighborhood. Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I turn to the group. Would it be all right if we stopped and looked for a geomancer's shop? I'm curious about the ley lines. They should be on the way. Shouldn't take that much time.
Is this a curiosity or is this a necessity?
Aren't those the same thing?
I think you're forgetting who you're speaking to.
Yes, and I do that far too often. Never mind. I withdraw my question.
Great. Let's find a geomancer's shop.
Yeah, if you want to take if you want to take the time to like search the neighborhood, like it's a dangerous neighborhood because the Farang are like right next door, but you could take the time on your way out to look for it. It seems fine.
Okay.
Do that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. So make I guess a
survival or
yeah, survival is like the scavenging, like streetwise like kind of role, I think. Is anybody helping Sully with this, or is this just Sully wandering off down alleys and everybody else being like, "Come on, we gotta go"?
No, if I was looking around, like, is there a chance that I would have seen something that like recalled something like, oh, that probably was that he's looking for?
Yeah, I mean you're pretty streetwise, so you can help out.
Okay.
Okay. I'll make the survival
so roll
roll
with
then.
Yeah, do it. Make it with advantage.
20.
Nice, 20. Okay. All right. So it doesn't take too long. You're out in an eerily abandoned market district. These would normally be shop fronts that would be open. But again, all the doors are shut, and there are these sort of wheat paste posters saying, where to go, what to do, and that this place is closed. You cannot live here now. But eventually, you find yourself standing next to a shop on the corner, positioned kind of unusually with a half floor on the second floor and then a full floor above. There's an 8-sided mirror hanging kind of awkwardly over the door, pointing slightly down towards the floor, and it bears all the markings of a geomancer's shop. So let's see what school of geomancy this person performs. Okay, a 1. Okay, so this is Kalimat. You see that on the door to the shop, underneath the wheat pasted poster, is a wooden carving of a dragon, a whiskered dragon, chasing the sun.
Okay.
Yeah. At some point, this door was painted in blue and green, but that paint has long since worn away, either by the touch of hands or just because it hasn't been repainted.
Okay. What do I recognize this? I see the dragon chasing the sun. Is there a connotation for me?
Yeah, you can make an Arcana check.
Okay. 15.
Okay, 15. Yeah, you recognize it. This is a depiction of the Azure Dragon, one of the four like celestial animals. The Azure Dragon is one of the 4 schools of geomancy. It has a bunch of other like connotations as well.
Okay. I relay that information to Salihava. The symbols.
Yeah, I mean, Sully, I think even without rolling, you recognize the Azure Dragon. It's a very common mark.
Great. I turn to the group, but you shouldn't need to come inside unless you want to, by all means. But then I just stand around and it's awkward for a couple seconds.
We actually haven't rested yet, have we?
No, we just had a long rest.
You just had your long rest, yeah. So everybody has hit points and spells and stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ramus, so here's a thing that I think you would know, and I would love to see if because you haven't really you've just followed along as Sully's done this, but so geomancy is kind of horseshit. Like we have the Arcana now, and they guide our lives, and ley lines are stupid, and the 4 celestial animals are like old druid crap that has been repurposed and repackaged. This is just like hippie bullshit. And now you're standing outside a hippie bullshit store, and you can just smell the patchouli wafting from the windows.
God, I hate the smell of these places. They always have to have some sort of fragrance outside that no one wants to smell, but they force you to smell it anyways. It's just it just tingles your senses. You've become one with the earth.
Mm-hmm. That's like exactly how they talk. Yeah.
Great.
I turn and kind of look Ramus up and down. Go ahead, Berg.
No, Berg was just like,
Oh.
Great.
Yeah, I look Ramus up. Ramus, when was the last time you had a bath? Stop complaining.
Excuse me?
I'm saying you.
Are you saying that I smell?
Yes.
Well, excuse me, Mr. Big Turtle. I don't think you can smell very well. Past the stench that you emanate all the time. The inside of that shell is foul, my friend. Foul.
You've been inside my shell, is that?
No, when you put your little arms in and out of it, air escapes, and whew, you don't want to be downwind of you when that happens.
I start putting my arms in and out.
Just let me just air this thing out. Oh yeah.
Trying to smell it. Does it smell bad, Adam?
I mean, you're used to your reptilian stink, but turtles don't smell good.
Okay.
Yeah, turtles don't you smell like a turtle, and that's sort of the end of that, right? Whatever people think of that smell is up to them.
I think I
Go
just,
to a pet store, pick up a turtle, and just like take a deep smell of that guy. It's not gonna be good.
I think I look at Ramus and say, you know, Ramus, I apologize. I've never actually smelled you once, nor have I smelled myself, but I don't know what smells good or bad, unless it's food. But
I kind of elbow Berg and I go, I don't believe I've ever heard him apologize that quickly before, if at all. What is happening to him?
Maybe he's changing.
Wouldn't that be nice? I know how you feel, my big friend. I know how you feel.
yeah, I think I turn around and walk into the door, but I'm just going in and out with my arms, trying to see if it still smells.
Okay.
So
So
it just
the
looks
the
real
door
weird.
the door to the Geomancer's shop is closed and locked. It looked like he had time to go in and get some stuff and leave. So yeah, there's a lock on the door.
Is there like a sign like "Be back in 30 minutes for lunch," or is it just a lock?
No. I mean, the only marking on the door is the official Aharisa, like, get out of here. This is not a part of town you can live in right now. The order to abandon it.
Does it have stone walls?
The walls are, I guess, probably the first floor. The walls are stone. The second and third floors are wood.
Okay. I go up and jingle the lock, turn back, and walk towards Ramus. Ramus, may I ask you a favor? That spell you cast earlier, when you went into the wall, could you... There's a lock on the door.
You could just ask. I'm right here.
For what?
I sigh. I take out the bent nail from my pocket. I come over and I start like,
Well, that's not going to work. Ramus, just walk through the stone. It's much simpler.
Calumet, make a thieves' tools check at disadvantage because you still only have a bent nail.
right. What is, okay, hold on. I forget how to do the thieves tool check.
Under your stats on the left, it says tool proficiencies in that little...
There we go. Okay.
Unless you had, did you have like lockpicks before? Did you have your tools from before? Because you got all your gear.
I had,
Yeah,
I got my gear back. I got a
gear,
burglar's
right?
pack.
Okay, then you're fine. Yeah, so don't just make it regular, not
Okay.
disadvantage.
Okay, cool.
Unless you really want to use the nail, in which case you could. Okay. Even if you had used the nail, you would have got it. Okay, so you kneel down and start going to work on the door, and there's a satisfying click, and the door swings open. There's a slight tearing sound as the poster rips, but yeah, you can push the door.
And
open.
I get the whiff of that shit, and I just turn to Ramus like, you weren't kidding.
I told you. They love their smells.
All right, after you.
Well, do you all need to come in? If I go alone and get caught, then it's just me, is it not? You can stand out here.
No one's gonna be in there. It's locked.
And I just kind of look around. We're breaking in here. Hey, everybody, we're breaking in here.
Shush. Someone might hear you.
Shut it up.
I walk inside. Is this just like a wide open geomancer shop?
No. So it's a the main floor is the shop, and then like many of these shops, the people who would run it live above. This person seems to be a fairly well-off practitioner of geomancy. There are all of the objects. It's a shop in the sense that there are mirrors of polished steel. There are glass chimes. Most of the Azure Dragon School is related to the movement of air through a space. So there are fans. There are now, I guess, because they've been away a while, there are decaying plants, bouquets of flowers, that sort of thing. And in the center of the shop, in a stone sort of basin, there is a bunch of white sand, and then an enormous, maybe 10-foot tall stone statue of that same dragon. And from its nostrils, the last remnants of the incense that has been burning here for some time is drifting out. The whole store has this like cloying smell of strong incense. But yeah, you find yourself surrounded by the tools of geomancy. If you want to put together a kit, you can.
Okay. Yeah, I start putting together a kit, grabbing the odds and ends around me. Would I have an idea of what this would cost in general? Because I'll probably just leave some gold somewhere.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think a kit to practice the art of geomancy is probably fairly expensive. Let me take a look at some of the other kits in the game.
Okay. While you're doing that,
it would be.
Oh, you already found it?
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I pull out a piece of paper and scribe on it to whoever owns this shop. Thank you for the tools. Here is some gold for your time. And I roll it up and put it behind. Is there like a coin box or something behind the? Is there a counter? Is this a store, or is this more like someone's home that we've walked into?
It's both like a shop and like a garden.
Okay.
Like in that it's got all this stuff around, and you're meant to like walk through it and admire, but everything in it is for sale. But you would need to employ the services of someone to like install them in your house. It's like a showroom. That's
Gotcha.
what it is. It's a showroom. Feng shui horseshit. But I mean, it works.
All right.
This guy seems legit.
Sign your name.
Yeah. And yeah, there would be like a lockbox where they would keep money for things, but it's gone. It's missing. There was a worn spot under the desk. It looks like they grabbed the lockbox on their way out. You figure that a feng shui like practitioner, geomancer's kit, I would say would cost about 50 gold, probably. Jeez. If you were to buy it at a fair price. Weigh about 10 pounds.
Okay, well, I think I write the note, and then as I'm like trying to guesstimate how much it would cost, and I'm like counting my gold, and I see that potentially the box was taken when they left, and that this is probably something they expected was going to happen. I turn to this will forego my gold for the day, but it's fine. I turn to Kalimat and say, "Here, you can. This is for you. I was going to leave it, but it makes sense that you should have this gold. Since a party member has taken it from you, I will give it to you. It's a new day." And I just smile at you.
Taking it from me? No, I quickly check my pocket. Like, did someone take gold and I wasn't looking? And I counted. Like, no, it's all there.
I like lean into you. It's probably really awkward because there's no one else here, and it's going to be a whisper, but everyone's going to be able to hear it. And I just like lean into your ear and say, "Open your eyes to the priest." I lean back and like walk out the door.
And I'll just take that into consideration. And I will not take your gold yet.
Oh, well, I try to like hand it to you.
Nice.
So is there a...
No.
Like, how does this happen?
Take this gold.
Solly, if Ramus owes me a debt, then it is Ramus who shall pay that debt. Not you paying it for him. That kind of defeats the purpose of owing somebody something.
I'm fine with that.
I'm not sure what you're getting at. Like,
Oh,
the only time I've ever given Ramus anything was to cast a spell for me.
he doesn't need that to cast the spells.
Excuse me?
Yes. No, I studied quite extensively. He just offers up thoughts and prayers to the gods. There's no money to the gods.
Well, isn't that new information?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Let's just keep that between you and me, okay? I'll be sure to exact due payment from Ramus in the future.
Oh, no, I'm not wishing an issue between the two. I'm just trying to solve it. Here, take this gold and then all square.
Oh, that is not how this works, my friend. It is more than gold that he owes me.
This is
I ain't
so
trying to start
complicated.
drama.
I don't understand.
It is complicated. Exactly. You don't understand. This is one that is outside of your realm. This is emotional, which you are not well versed in.
Fair enough. Anyways, I've got what I need.
Thank you for telling me. I owe you for that.
No. Don't piss him off. We're almost out of here alive.
Listen. Everything will be fine.
I don't like when you say that, Kalimot, because then it's never fine. You've never said that, and it has gone fine.
So while these two are talking, while they're talking, Ramus and Berg, what are the two of you doing?
I think I'm like looking at the tools in the shop and just being like, look at this stupid thing. You can just cast a spell. You don't need this silly little trinket. This doesn't do anything. Oh, look at this cream that of healing. Oh yeah, that's gonna work.
Yeah, Berg, what are you up to? The same thing, just but like around Ramus, but not less like just more like what is everything here? like smelling stuff.
Yeah, you're in a strange curio shop with sights and smells of which you've never been exposed to before.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. All right, so you have the kit that you were looking for, Salihafa. You can add that to your character sheet.
Cool. You just want to call it.
Grabbed a bunch of miscellaneous.
Would it go under tools and proficiencies or just equipment? Because I'm not proficient.
Yeah, I don't think you're not proficient in it. So yeah, I think it's just under equipment right now. You'll make Arcana checks.
Okay.
Using it right now.
I'll denote that.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay.
Me and Collie go back and forth, and eventually all right, I've acquired everything I need. We can leave. I go outside.
Okay. So you head out. And yeah, it's like midday now. You spent a bunch of time like finding this place and then getting what you needed. You head out into the streets. And yeah, no one has like snuck up on you or anything like that. You can continue on your way. Now it's gonna take like a whole day to travel from this district back to the Temple District, unless you take the train. But we talked about that before. You wanted to keep to the streets. Are you still being stealthy and moving that way?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Sure. So let's have everybody make a stealth check as you attempt to move.
These went well last time.
Sneakily through the city. Yeah.
Here, Berg, why don't me and you go first this time, since we did so poorly? I'll start us off.
Okay.
Unless it's just not. Oh, there's a great 5-5.
Good start.
Rolling well.
Quick question before we do that and to commit to like getting out of it. We're currently in like a merchant area, right?
You're in a market, yeah.
Yeah.
In the sense that like it's a bunch of roads on which shops are situated, rather than like an open air market.
The only thing I think Berg might want to bring up is the fact that he doesn't still have his like half plate that he had before that he tried to get right. Because before, when he was with that dwarf and trying to get armor, he was only able to get the shield.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be the only thing that Berg would bring up to the group. I can, absolutely do that.
Yeah, you could also.
It's locked, right? That shop. So is it like dead night where nothing's like open? Or have I just...
No, it's... I mean, nothing is ever open because this district is abandoned. So everything is like closed. But you could try to find an armor shop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you just want to spend a day like looting this market district, you could.
Yeah, I mean, especially if it's abandoned, like it kind of makes sense that Berg would at least try to do that. We don't have to do a whole thing for it, just because of time and stuff. It's not particularly entertaining to... Oh, I'm gonna grab some armor, especially if there's no dwarves to say knock out.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can. I don't know if you want me to just like roll for that to see what I can. We can just do.
Well, if you want to try to find an armor shop that'll have plate armor that'll fit a half orc. Yeah,
maybe
you can make a roll. It's gonna be difficult.
Probably, yeah.
Make a survival check. God, I feel like this is like half luck too. Like. I'm gonna roll to see if it's even possible, and then I'll
sure
to see how long.
I want to at least attempt it.
Okay. I'll just roll this d6. Okay. All right. Now I know whether it's even possible, but I will let you, if everybody is down to hang out and let Berg look for a shop like this. Then...
Sure.
Can anyone help me with this or no? Is it just straight me?
Yep. Yeah. No. Totally.
Yeah,
So want to help?
Well, I think we like get to the end of the. We're like getting ready to leave, and then you're like grabbing your chest, and we all notice. And Berg, is something wrong? And then you, let's go. I would need to find some armor.
You don't have time for this, though. Let me cast a spell. It would make it easier to search.
We have time for dreams and weird thing. What is even all of this?
Rick has a point.
Do I not fight hard? Do you not want me to live?
Yes, Berg smash real well. We appreciate you.
But all you're gonna get from a man like Ramus.
Berg will remember this, Ramus.
Berg, I say we go and look out together, me and you. I'll keep my eyes peeled. I've got my special eyeglasses. We'll find it in no time, I guarantee you. What are we looking for?
But
That's why I like you.
Ramus was just going to cast a spell. It would be much faster. Not saying you're slow, but
Or that as well.
Just for you, Berg. When I cast locate object, looking for
And the object. What is the object you're attempting to locate?
armor to fit in half orc.
can it be that specific?
Yeah. It actually must be. You describe or name an object. So the description is armor. Are you looking for a specific armor? Do you want to say like half plate that would fit on Berg?
Medium strength armor. I'm not going to go all the way for half plate. Just something that would protect Berg. Just
Yeah, right. If we find that.
like medium armor
Currently,
for,
right now,
for
have nothing,
Berg.
right? In terms of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sure. Yeah. So, yeah, I think this does save you the looking. You cast the spell, and for 10 minutes, as long as the spell is up, you walk around the market district, but at no point during the spell's casting is the object of your desire within 1,000 feet of you.
Sick.
Yeah. So the thing is, if you're looking for something like this, it may occur to you that generally one does not sell armor to half orcs. If a half orc acts up, you want them not to be like arrow proof.
True.
You might be able to find that stuff in the lower city, down in the slums, if there's any neighborhoods that haven't been consumed by the Farang yet. Or there is the arena, the city arena, and there are lots of half orc fighters in the arena. There might be something there, but that's like way the fuck on the other side of town.
Then it becomes more, yeah. Then it might become more or less not, depending on how dangerous and how consumed with Farang it is. I'm not gonna go fight like a bunch of Farang just for some goddamn armor. So I guess Berg would put it to them, and just say like,
There may be armor in the lower area, the arena. I don't know if it is worth. I like being able to fight better, of course. What do you all think? Maybe the tower
Could you not ask Hassan?
gives me some.
Yes.
I count on the sun for nothing.
Well, surely someone inside there is nice. I kind of look at Ramus.
I was gonna say they turn out winners like Ramus, so
think
That-
of myself.
We are the faction of the Arcana known for kindness, giving.
Well,
So, if I may make a suggestion.
What?
Since I am not nearly as valuable in a fight, but I can move unseen, what would you guys say to me going and fetching some armor for Berg and then bringing it back and meeting you at the tower? I can move much more quickly on my own, and I could catch up to you in no time. I guarantee that, especially with these boots and these glasses and all of the tools at my disposal.
Do you feel comfortable doing that?
I don't know about that one, Callie. You are talented. But what would we lose if you fail? No. We go to the tower. If they have something, fine. If not, also fine.
All right, my friend. I was just concerned for your safety. You do take the brunt of anything that comes our way, and I wanted, you in one piece when it was over.
And I will continue to do this.
Berg just starts walking then.
Okay. All right. So I'm owed one more stealth check.
Oh, okay. I'll just start. Hey, nope, still bad. I saw the 17 and got excited.
Well, no, I've got checks. I've got checks from everybody else already, right? Sully, Calimont, Ramus.
You're saying you're owed.
Berg.
Okay. Yeah, Berg rolled
you guys
4.
just Berg owed me
stealthy.
1. Okay. All right. So it's not particularly stealthy going. I mean, you leave the quarantined market district and enter into one of the nearby districts that are considerably more populated, but populated predominantly by refugees from the districts that were shoved out. People who are like, I'm not going to the temple. I'm just going to I know a friend that lives here. I'm going to stay at a tavern or whatever. So there are people sleeping in the streets. The neighborhood is packed full of refugees from neighboring districts who are looking to the south like, are we next? Like, where is the wave of expansion going to stop? There is basically doomsaying and graffiti to the message of like, give up, the city is doomed. The tower is running a pretty good psychological game on the denizens of the city, so you're seeing graffiti everywhere. Basically says like, leave now while you can, flee the city. There are priests on every street corner shouting the doom of the city, and the tenor of this place has become desperate. I think that you see at one point a group of bodies that have been burned in a pyre. It's impossible to recognize like any detail of them. They've been burned in a pyre, and then in red paint on the ground in front of them, it says it has character. It's written in the characters of the Court of Wands, but it says basically, let their smoke gain the immortals' attention. Why have you abandoned us? And yeah, it's pretty bad. This neighborhood is a mess. You can see human misery all around you as you pass through it. And I think at some point the group of you are accosted by some beggars, some filthy, exhausted, bloody-looking, smoke-stained people. Maybe about a dozen of them, like approach you in the street, begging for coins or help. You can't even pick out what they want because they're all just like looking at you desperately. And they crowd around you in the street before you can extricate yourself from them. What do you do?
Kali, please speak to these people. Get them away from us.
Well, you see the hunched over, the ugly fellow, no, the one next to the turtle. I heard he has lots of money. I would bother him. You know, the one he has the tower regalia on. I'd bother him.
Does anyone respond?
Okay.
Kind of just shuffle.
I mean, they're all kind of just like grabbing at all of you, and like begging. Someone like throws himself at your feet, Ramus, and it's like, please, Father, have mercy on us. And he's like holding out a knife to you, like just have the common decency of giving me like a ritual murder here. Like, do something, please. And you find you can't press through the streets, and more people are starting to like come to, because they've seen you slow down. A crowd is gathering. What are you gonna do?
Berg starts
They're like
to just
starting to
push forward.
pull on your clothes, and yeah.
Berg starts to, if you need me to roll intimidation or whatever, Berg starts to just push forward to try to like be a cow catcher for the group, basically.
Yeah, if you want to make
Like
an
shield in
intimidation check
front,
to try
you
to.
know?
Yep. Yeah, do it. And you're at disadvantage because you're exhausted.
Great. That's awesome. I'm so happy with that.
Can I?
Good. I just love it.
Let me look at. Hold on. We have to deal with Berg's failure first before anybody else can do it.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. So Berg,
You rolled a 3, by the way.
I can't even remember a time in recent memory where I just wasn't always at disadvantage.
It's been about 10
'cause you've been
episodes.
exhausted.
Yeah.
Somebody gets a hold of your like one of the straps on your like backpack. Someone's like cut the strap, so your backpack falls partly away and opens, and everything that's in it starts to like tumble out onto the street. People like throw themselves. Yeah, yours. Yeah, you try to push through. Somebody grabs your backpack and like tears the strap. The backpack opens and some stuff falls out. So like your whatever's in your explorer's pack. You obviously have your weapon and your shield and stuff on you more closely, but yeah, that stuff just like tumbles onto the street and people start grabbing at it. Someone gets a hand on your loot and starts like trying to pull it away from you.
All right, Berg's now going to start hitting everyone in the area that is going after his stuff. Not non-lethal, just trying to knock him out. But if intimidation isn't going to work,
Ramus is starting.
Just shout above the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Good people of the Brass City, I see that you are hurt and disgusting, and you want for death, you want for escape.
Let's have you make
for gold.
Berg yell.
before you get to have all your like speeching because people are shouting, right? Let's see if you can project loud enough to like get their attention.
Okay.
So make a Constitution save for me, to see if you can like be loud enough. You can bolster enough energy to be heard.
Nope, I cannot.
Okay, so you take a breath to like say something, and you feel someone like grab your cloak, and somebody else. Like you feel a hand on your coin purse, like someone tries to pull it away from you, and now basically they're just like mobbing you. This has gone from begging to like basically just you're being robbed. So they swarm you. Okay. Before you get a chance to shout. I just want to check. So Ramus, what do you? So everybody's getting overwhelmed as they cluster, and this is all kind of happening at once.
Once I see they're starting to go rabid, I start shouting a prayer of the tower about letting go of possessions, material wealth, and for those that deny the will of the tower, embrace death. And then I burst, using my channel divinity to kill everyone within 30 feet of me that's around us.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
Yeah, good.
So everyone.
Okay.
30.
Even if they were able to save, none of these people have more than 4 hit points. So there is a flash of light, and then it's like fucking Pompeii. Like there are just bodies frozen, like burned by this intense radiance. And I think Berg, maybe you like turn, like to pull you're in the middle of a turn when this happens, to pull the backpack away, and like an arm made of ash just like tears off and crumbles, and the body near it like crumbles into itself. Yeah, all of a sudden you're all just surrounded by burnt corpses.
And I'm continuing the prayer, and I'm not stopping as we're moving. I'm continuing the prayer of letting go and warning the people, don't embrace greed, and like just warning them away, because after what they just saw me do, the tower is not messing around.
As that, that's where Berg is at. So as that happened, like the hand just crumbled away. Berg didn't even go like he wasn't surprised or anything. It was just like that, like just.
I mean, just to be real clear here too, like you're like everybody freezes up for a second, and like you see like one of these burnt corpses is holding a smaller, tiny burnt corpse in its arms. There's like a dead like dog corpse on the ground. Like these were just like a bunch of like hungry peasants, and now they're all roasted. But yeah, in a second, just all dead. No matter their age, their ability, whatever. The tower has judged them with its terrible light.
Yeah, Adam.
Your way through the bodies.
And what?
Because what I want to know is like you can just push your way through, right? Because they'll just turn to dust. You just shove them and they crumble. But like, are you trying to like gently sneak through, or are you just like? No.
Well, I think for Berg's sake, like the one that was pulling on him, we'll say, wasn't right. It wasn't like a kid or something like that. It was, obviously, otherwise Berg probably wouldn't have tried to kill them.
I mean, there were definitely children in this crowd. Yes. hence the woman holding her baby. They're both dead. They're very.
I know, but I'm saying, how big was this crowd? Would it have been like, would Berg have known that there was a child in the back there?
No, you couldn't really see anything but the most
front runners. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. Only the most aggressive would be up at the front. So.
Okay, so I'm gonna say as Berg continues to go, after that, he, like looks around and is like, and like sees the children, like the fact that there are kids, and is like, and continues to like walk forward a little more, like, shit.
Yeah, the second the flash of light hits and just like ash is all around us, if Kalimat's near me, I go, Kali, I'm conflicted to what has occurred. And then I see Ramus kind of getting ahead of us.
So when you say that, Silly Huffa, you're like, Kalimat, and you turn and he's gone. You don't see Kalimat anywhere. You look around, you see these like statues of ash, and you see Ramus like walking holy, still got a bit of the tower's like weird glow about him, and he's just walking along, but Kalimat's gone.
Kali? And Ramus, did you?
No, I didn't kill him. No, I did not kill him.
Well, cast the spell to find him. I'm like looking around frantically.
And as you look around, you see on the ground the hermit card. I left the hermit card behind.
I bend over and pick it up. And I flip it over. Like I would recognize this as Kalimat's card.
You
right?
recognize it's one of his cards.
Custom deck, yeah.
And there's a letter.
Yeah.
Dear
Go
Sally,
on. Please
if
forgive
you're
me.
reading this,
Yeah.
I'm gone.
Dear Silly Huffa, there are many reasons why I chose to leave the party. Let me begin with the first reason. And like it's all in like size 3 font, and it's just a whole page long. No, so yeah, it's just the plain card. Just right over.
But Berg, Kali is gone. This was his card. Do you remember when he drew this? I kind of like push it towards Berg.
Berg's not saying anything. He like looks at Ramus.
He's obviously wanted to leave us. Who knows why?
Well, he is free to do that if he wants. We need to move.
Well, hopefully he'll be back, but we need to go before people start crowding us again.
Yeah,
I feel like the chances of that happening are very low now. Like you look around and everybody is standing as far away from you as possible, and when you look at them, they look away. Some have thrown themselves to the pavement, to the cobblestones in religious terror, weeping into their hands, faces pressed to the ground at this horrible vision of the tower. They will remember the time that the light of the tower fell upon them.
I think is like Ramus says, like we need to go. I'm like, yes, but please don't kill anyone else unless you're. There was a lot of death you just caused. And I kind of like scurry forward next to him without finishing the sentence.
Well, Sally, the city is reek with the smell of death lately. It's everywhere. People are desperate and these things are going to happen.
Wasn't caused by your hands, though. That's where I'm conflicted, but regardless, you did save us, so let's continue. Berg, come along.
Berg like gathers his, loot and all that stuff and pack. Does like a little makeshift, I don't know, maybe grabs a little bit of string or something, whatever to repair the backpack so he can hold it again. Slings it
Okay,
over
yeah, I
his
mean
shoulder and
you
goes,
can. Yeah, it's still got one strap, so you just like throw it
Right,
over,
yeah,
you
I
can
can
fix
just
it
sling it
later.
over, right?
Yeah, grab your loot. A couple of the strings have broken on it, so that'll need some attention. But yeah, you push your way through, and I think we see this like this circle of, and it looks like you can see the spot where the four of you stood as this empty part, and then you've kind of picked your way through the line, and there's some like damage, but the shot is directly from above, this sort of black like iris looking thing of like 20 or more people who are just instantly flash fried, and then just the wind kind of blows across and like blows away their features as they crumble to ash, and everybody just watches the three of you go with abject terror. So meanwhile, Kalimot, where did you sneak off to?
Understairs.
Just man, what I just witnessed was like there was the incident with the train cars, and it was just like, okay, that's one. And then there was a couple of other things, and just a couple of things piling on, and then this just like beggars trying to, beg, and maybe getting a little out of hand. And then, the punishment for that obviously is death. So that's just something I'm learning. So this is a very like thought-filled journey to meet up with the prisoner.
So you've turned around and you're heading back towards the forbidden zone, basically back to where the city is being taken over.
Where I remember seeing the prisoner from the Iliad.
Yeah, I mean, as you ponder, right, you are reminded that the tower's core purpose in the Arcana is to topple those who are at their heights, to cause a terrible downturn in fortune, to create chaos and crisis, upheaval, catharsis, eruptions of anger, breaking through pretense. Like, it's all of these things that are happening to you are very much in line with the tower's purpose.
Yeah, and I'm also remembering like
shadow now.
I'm complicit in that, and that this is something I agreed to. Whether I can be mad at Ramus or not like what he did, he's doing what the tower does, and now is my decision. Like, do I want to fucking be a part of that?
Right. Yeah. Like, would you? It's a difference between killing a snake because it bites somebody and then being a snake yourself.
Yeah.
So you want to head back out. Okay. So I think we see you moving through the abandoned market district. Again. You pass by a shop. It's closed up. There's a couple of wooden like dummies outside that might have once had clothing hanging off of them. There's this neighborhood of kind of like strange quiet as you get closer and closer, and you can see as the sun dips down below the horizon, you can see the faint kind of glow of whatever lights are coming from the Farangs, basically their neighborhood now, the part of town that they've claimed for themselves. And you know that as you get closer to it, eventually you'll reach the sort of physical barrier. You'll pass through that into a place where your magic won't work anymore. Do you do anything to prepare? Do you have anything you want to do, or is this just a straight like I'm just gonna go there and see what happens?
Yeah, I don't think there's anything I can do to prepare. Like, there's no way I'm gonna like fucking fight my way out of this shit. Like, I saw what these guys did to a full party of us. They're gonna make short work of my ass. I mean, I will attempt to keep sneaking until I get a glimpse of him. Like, I'm not just gonna walk in and be like, "Hey."
Sure. Let's start there. I actually wish that you would. I wish you would do that. That would be
right?
Hey, Fat Albert here.
Okay, so make a stealth roll.
Okay. 20.
Okay. Let me just see about how stealthy you are. Okay. All right. So you make your way to the edge of the Farang controlled territory, and physically there doesn't seem to be much different at its edges, except for that shimmering sort of semi-transparent curved wall that's being generated by one of their anathema crystals nearby. Right. So we see you as you approach the threshold. This is you're about to leave the city of Brass and enter Farang territory.
Okay. Yeah, I just keep sneaking, looking around, see if anybody's gonna notice. I'm guessing, like, I'm smart enough to know that maybe just passing through this, they'll get a blip or something. But
yeah,
I'll go
so
through
there's
it
a
anyway,
faint,
sneakily as possible.
there's a faint sort of tingling as you pass through it, as you realize you're separated from the fountain, and it occurs to you that you don't know what it means to be in this field for very long, right? You're only in there for a little while, and you're going into a place, and you don't know when you're going to come back out, and you can feel this very vague kind of absence. It feels like forgetting the words to a song, as you enter into their territory. I think the first few blocks of Farang space is not unusual, and then you start to see the scarabs. You come to a building, and the building looks like the corpse of a cow that has been consumed by piranhas. You can see half of the building still stands. The rest of the building is like foundations, wooden struts, but the stone has been eaten away. The glass has been eaten away. The building is crawling with these tiny metallic, these golden beetles, and they are just like eating the building. They're consuming its structure. There's, at a glance, like even in the dim light, you'd guess there would have to be thousands of them, just on this one building alone. And as you slowly look around, you can see them consuming the rest of this area, and then floating, kind of semi-still, turning slowly in the middle of the street is one of these crystals.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's just scarabs, no sign of the Farang or anything.
No.
Okay. I kind of, like, I don't know how this would work, but I kind of try and reach out with my mind and try and locate or communicate with the prisoner, like how he was speaking in my mind before. I try and speak back to that memory.
Or you try to think loudly.
Yeah, sort of, yeah.
Okay. Make a
okay.
Yeah, make a wisdom save.
Okay. 17.
Okay. What's your armor class?
16.
Never a good question I have to ask. Okay, so I have advantage on these. Okay, so here's what happens.
Okay.
You're gonna take some damage. You get shot simultaneously. And then I need you to make 3 DC 13 Constitution saves. You barely even hear anything. There's just like, and it's like being stung by insects.
3 DC 13.
Yeah, 3 saves, DC 13 or be poisoned.
Okay.
That's my
okay, so the first one hits
question.
you.
So
my least favorite Adam question. What's your armor class?
What's your armor class? What's your passive perception? Okay, so don't bother rolling on the other 2.
Okay, cool.
You're knocked out really before even the second 2 darts hit you. But yeah, you feel like you have this thought, like, ow, like it feels like a wasp stung you, and you reach back and you feel a tiny dart in the back of your neck, and then the world turns sideways on you, and suddenly the sun is over there instead of up there, and you kind of just feel the stone rush up to meet you, and you are knocked unconscious.
Fuck out!
Meanwhile, yeah, while Calumet gets the TKO. Meanwhile, Sully, Ramus, and Berg, you approach the Temple District. Now, the Temple District is enormous. It's dozens of city blocks. It takes up a huge part of the city. It is where all of the major festivals begin or end or take place in their entirety. It holds the hallowed houses of each and every one of the arcana in the city of Brass, save one. The devil has no house here. The devil keeps his house elsewhere, hidden from the other arcana. So when you approach this district, I think that there are signs, clear and obvious signs, that it is in the midst of some strife. The sky above the neighborhood is full of smoke. You smell burning wood in the air. You can smell like building fires, basically. And And you can hear, even from a distance, you hear shouting, the sounds of battle that echo off of the smoke clouded sky. You're still probably like a half mile out.
Ramus, are you still channeling that spell or no? Does it not last that long? Or sorry, saying the prayer, or have you stopped?
I was saying the prayer until we got away from crowds of peasants.
Gotcha.
We stopped.
Okay.
If
Yeah, I think like the entire time that we've done that, I've just been like twiddling my thumbs trying to deduce why Kali would leave the card and figure that out. So unless you guys stop at any point, I don't really like look up. I'm just kind of following Ramus at this point. So
Sully, look. Smoke on the horizon in the Temple District.
Yes, the town is burning. We knew that already. I'd go back
Not
to
the
like
Temple District. Something bad's happening.
Well, is the tower fine? That's where we're headed, right?
We won't be able to tell until we get closer, but might be very dangerous.
I think I like look up for the first time. Is there any like vantage point place around us? Can we like Assassin's Creed this shit?
You're climbing up a hill.
Yeah,
so yeah, you're climbing up towards the Temple District.
Okay. Well, the only thing I know is to press forward. Do you have any ideas?
I'll pray to the tower for our safety.
Could you contact Hassan and have him send someone out to get us? Is that a thing that you can do?
As if you would listen.
Well, he listened to you. Teacher's pet.
Hassan doesn't care about me.
He seems to only care about you. I don't know why.
I feel like you might have his favor now.
And Berg just kind of like looks pointedly at Ramus.
Mm-hmm.
Like in like a, I didn't hear what happened last time, but I felt something.
We must move.
Well, let's just be on guard. Anything could be happening up there. Temples fighting other temples. It could be chaos. So just be careful.
Adam, I think we're gonna have another illusion talk real quick, just because I don't know
Okay.
the full ramifications of this.
And
shit
that's totally fine.
with major illusion and with improved minor malleable illusion, could I make it so it looks like there's more than just the three of us walking together?
Hit me up with that major illusion. Post it into the chat there. I just want to see the.
Granted, well, it's 10 minutes. How are we 10 minutes away from the tower or much further?
Here's a spot. Oh, you're further. Yeah, but we can talk about you waiting. You have the idea now.
Yeah.
As long as you're within your range, you can use your action to cause it to move. Secret image, remove it. Alter the image so it appears to be walking. Yeah, sure.
That's a thing that we could do.
Yeah, if you wanted to create an image of like a bunch of as many whatevers that can fit into a 20-foot cube, you can tell me what you want to create.
Okay. All right, I'll keep that in my back pocket. I'm still like thumbing the hermit card, and I look up at Ramus. You have that spell. I don't know why. Is he still in the town, or is he gone?
I don't really care right now. He can do whatever he wants. He'll be back.
I gotta think of how I would respond to this. I don't know if there's anything that I have where you would just have to, or that you wouldn't have a save on it. I think I'd just like look at you. What? This is our Berg. Did you hear what he just said about our friend?
Yes, Yes, I did.
Well, he's your friend. Control him or something.
If he leaves, that is his choice. If he wishes to return, that is also his choice. We cannot make anyone do anything.
But what if you
How do you not know that?
what if you drove him away in the first place?
I didn't drive anyone away.
Not you, him.
Are you trying to suggest that Calumet doesn't have free will to do what he wants? That we own him or something?
No, I'm suggesting that you stole money right out from underneath him for these spells. And you clearly didn't need it in the first place.
It ate all of our money. I need to replace it somehow.
Why not just ask someone?
Ask someone what?
I'm not good with asking for things.
Well,
Take.
perhaps I'm not the only one that needs to learn a couple of things around here. I cross my hands and act like I've said something really profound.
What would
Yeah.
you
Everything is fine.
what would you have us do then, Sally? Find him? Force him to be a part of us?
We don't.
No.
I was going to say something really bad. I'm just not going to. I'm not going to suggest finding him and getting a bracer and keeping him next to us. That's
Yeah, let's
not
just
what
slap
I'm
a
gonna
bracer on him, and then it'll make him be our friend.
So
I'm
cool
not.
with that.
That crosses my mind, but it's the anime thing where the screen goes black and there's a heartbeat.
Yeah, you have a thought about if we put a bracer in Calumet, he wouldn't be allowed to run away anymore. And you're like, no one would like it if I said that. Yeah.
And I look towards Berg, and I'm perhaps you're right. I hope he comes
He
back.
made a choice.
He knows where we're going. If he wishes to see us again, he will go there. If he goes there while we're gone, he will try to find us. If he doesn't try to find us,
Just waiting till somebody does.
Right. Yeah. This Berg rambling.
No, I think I'm listening intently, and I'm yes, that I let the feelings for my friend cloud my thoughts. That is completely rational, Berg. Thank you. I look at the card and put it in my pocket.
Hmm. Okay. So you want to press on towards the tower?
Yep.
All right. So you enter the district, and you see the now smoldering ruins of the magician's tower in the distance. You can see the other temples that have either locked their doors. You can hear praying and chanting coming from some of them. And as you make your way towards the tower, you hear, and the modern equivalent of this feeling is you hear a car alarm from a distance, and you're like, oh, those poor goofs, their car alarm's going off. You get closer to the parking lot, you're like, wait a second. Oh, fuck, that's my car. And as you get closer to the tower, you can see there is a pitched battle going on outside the walls that separate the tower. So, I guess the first thing you see, I've got a map, so I'll drag you over there so we can all look at it while I describe it to you. The first thing you see the siege weapon that has been laid before it, crewed by all of the combatants on the outside trying to bust their way in. Are slightly bigger than a human. They have a distinct kind of rust-colored coloration to their skin. Basically they're all dressed like Mongol warriors. You recognize them as hobgoblins. They are a tribe of steppe people from the northern Court of Cups, fiercely, devoutly loyal to the chariot. The chariot is their god. They worship that arcana above all others. They don't even recognize the other arcana as gods. They're currently laying siege to the walls of the tower. You can see down here, some of them have managed to get up onto the walls. The tower is being primarily defended by these two enormous giants who are being harrowed by the hobgoblins. There are also some guards in tower garb fighting with spears out in the streets. And the leader of the hobgoblins is commanding a battering ram team to smash against the door on the back of a enormous black horse with a mane of flame. And as you come closer, you're not all like right up here yet. You're still a ways off the map, but yeah, you see the horse rear up and whinny loudly, and there's just the shouting of battle. There's screaming. There's the giants bellowing. You can see the team loading this catapult to get ready to fire another shot. What are you gonna do?
How the fuck does the chariot have so many people? Is my first question with all this shit going on. That seems like some bullshit.
The first thing that came to my mind was like, well, this ain't even my table. Get out.
Everybody else is hurting. The entire fucking city guard is like barely there. They're gone now. Chariot's like, no, it's cool. We've always had 1 million people. It's cool. All right. I'll take it as I'm not going to answer that question.
Yeah, I mean, you don't know. You just know that there are there's a cadre of hobgoblins laying siege to the tower, trying to break the doors down.
Are we able to discern who's fighting who? Like these guys right here, are those also chariot, or do we have no idea? Like
they look like they're fighting. Yeah, I mean, do you want to make an investigation check?
Like my first thing is we stumble upon this whole thing going down, and I have no idea who's fighting who.
Yeah, it's chaos.
So with the 12, what do I know?
You definitely know that the hobgoblins and the giants are on opposite sides of the battle. Yeah, actually, I think this is about when this is like you crest the hill, and this is where you see. So you are right on the edge of the map here. Yeah, the giants and the hobgoblins are fighting. There are humans, like armored humans with spears, alongside them, but there's too much like swinging of clubs and shouting going on to really tell what's happening.
Okay, well that's what I do for this round, as it were. So.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. They're gonna notice you eventually, so let's maybe roll initiative, because I have a lot of things to roll. Okay. So let's get that started.
Sure.
There are 9 separate things besides y'all that are part of this battle. So
nice.
Okay, so there's regular hobgoblin. There's hobgoblin devastators.
I mean, I don't even think we're gonna fight this shit, Coop.
No, I'm gonna.
Well, there's no way in. They're laying siege to the tower, right? So like, if you leave, it doesn't look like the tower is doing so hot. Yeah. Okay, so let me see what else I gotta do.
Who's this guy? That's what I want to know. Is this little duder right here?
Yeah.
I don't know. He looks.
Okay.
He looks a little, looks like the raid boss.
Hill giants, birds, temple dogs. And I think that's everybody. Oh, I gotta roll for the horse. All right, and last but not least, the nightmare. The guard war priest. Oh, that's this guy. Make sure I have everybody on the list.
Look at all that initiative. Nice.
Yeah, it's a very long initiative order.
Yeah, Jesus.
Suddenly, doesn't seem like such a bad idea that Harley left.
So, the warlord, the one riding on the back of the nightmare, he's shouting in their hobgoblin language because like the Khan of this group of hobgoblins. And he's shouting orders to the team that is trying to break the door down. So he is going to, he shouts an order to them, which is going to increase their damage when they attack the wall. Sully, what are you gonna do? You see the scene as it is. I think you basically have like a full turn, or until you do something that they don't notice you.
I think we like come over the hill, see the fight, and I look to the two of them, and say, "Are we helping here, or are we going at the chariot and defending the tower? What are the two of you?" I'm like making sure that no shots are coming at us as I say this.
I don't know. Do we fight?
Berglich looks at it and just like starts to turn away. And walks away.
I mean, if you all leave the tower now, you can certainly do that. That's certainly possible.
Berg, if you leave, they will die. I just want to clarify that. I'm not saying you shouldn't or should.
Someone told me sometimes I need to let go.
And Berg just keeps walking.
Yeah, I start like backpedaling from the fight, I guess. With the bird.
Nice. Okay. All right, Aramis, what about you? It looks like your friends are abandoning the fight. While this is happening, the hill giants are taking swings with their clubs. Okay, hill giant deals enough damage to kill one of the hobgoblins on this side. So it's just like we see this happening as Berg turns and starts to walk away. The giant swings his club and batters one of the hobgoblins down. The other giant takes 2 swings.
They all have really low health.
And kills
are
kills
you just,
2.
Are you just gonna fucking throw a fireball at both of them?
I mean, I could kill a lot of them, really.
You don't get XP for killing anymore, though. I just want to remind you.
No, but this is the tower. Like, this is my people.
These are your people.
Yeah. Ramus, what are you gonna do?
This is like sacrilege here. I am going to... I think for Ramus, I'm going to make a saving throw myself on whether I'm going to stay or go.
Okay.
I'll make a charisma saving throw. If it's higher than 15, I'm going to fight. If it's lower than that, I'm not going to fight.
Okay, sure. That work.
Oh, it's 15.
Yeah, we're like 10 feet. Ramus, we're leaving.
So Ramus, what are you gonna do?
Help. We have to help.
No, we do not.
Ramus, don't be a fool. This fight is not winnable.
Maybe to those without faith. And I'm gonna hurl a fireball at the crowd.
Okay. So as you begin conjuring up the tower's flame to ride to their rescue, I think we probably go out to commercial on George Michael's Faith. That's probably the music that's playing.
Yeah, the guitar drops. And yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. No, you know what? No, it's the Limp Bizkit cover of that song.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
I was honestly it's that Hawaiian version, like with a ukulele, like.
Oh yeah, we get the Limp Bizkit cover as Ramus is like, we have to do something. Conjuring up the fireball.
What was the bassist? Wes? Was that the bassist name? Like steps up on the building next to us and starts playing Fate.
So while we're on break, if you want to pop open a new tab and check out that song, it's a real stinker. You're gonna love it.
Yeah, I still remember that song. Like I'm pretty sure I could karaoke that entire song word for word because how much I fucking listened to that. And now I'm gonna go listen to it right now. We're gonna go take a break. And we're going to see what the fuck is going on in this fight when we come back with more Court of Swords. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back. And if you're on YouTube, you got fucked. We'll see you in a bit. Bye-bye.